Each year, the Anglican Board of Mission has a major project to support Anglican clergy in Papua New Guinea. Many of these clergy work in remote areas and their parishes are unable to provide a stipend for them, so they have no money to pay their children's school fees. Education is not free in Papua New Guinea. So, your support of the Clergy Children's Support Fund enables those children to go to school, to have a future. But that future is not just for them, it's for the church and it's for the country. And one of these kids is Eric, sitting right here in front of me. He's the son of Father Nigel here at Wasetta Parish, and we're going to tell you just a little bit of Eric's story.
It's very early morning, and Eric and his family are up before the sun, getting the fire ready to cook breakfast. There's no electricity or running water here, so everything is done the traditional way. That means no sleep-ins for anyone, and no microwaved cheese on toast. Eric is the youngest son of Father Nigel and Mother Nellie Kakamara. Father Nigel is the priest at St John the Baptist Parish in Wasetta, Papua New Guinea. That means, while other children might get a little more sleeping time, Eric and his family make their way to church for morning prayer. For the people of Wasetta, the church is the centre of community life, and no matter what time of day, there are always people ready to pray. But not everyone. Like most boys his age, Eric doesn't necessarily find early morning church the most exciting part of his life. With church over, the family head back for breakfast. Meals are simple: rice, bananas, sweet potato, taro. In fact, anything that can be grown in the garden. Clergy in PNG receive very low wages by Australian standards, and most have to live from their gardens in the same way as the majority of the congregation do.
In good parishes, those of us who go to good parishes have our stipend paid every month. And again, some of us that go to a parish which cannot afford to pay us every month, it's a problem to us. So it's very, very difficult, I would say, for a priest here in Papua New Guinea.
After breakfast, Eric heads to school to prepare the classroom. It's only a short walk as the school is just next door to his house. He's on duty to beautify the classroom for the day, so Eric heads up the nearest tree and starts picking flowers. They're gathered up and placed on desks and floors to make sure that the school looks its best. Wasetta Primary is an Anglican agency school. There simply aren't enough government schools to meet the needs of the community. In fact, there are more Anglican schools than there are government schools in the area.
Papua New Guinea.
Education is seen as vitally important to the future of the country, and both government and individuals see learning as the way to lift PNG out of poverty and into a brighter future. In class, Eric is the model student. Could it be the camera? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Standards of behaviour are very high, and Eric's class is grateful to have their own teacher. Many trained teachers won't move to rural areas, and the schools in the district are over 100 teachers short, making life even harder for those prepared to teach.
The teachers are trying their best to provide the type of environment, but again they lack materials and they lack support, meaning financially, and the curriculum that is put in there. It's all in the syllabus, but the textbooks and other things are not available there. How can a teacher teach the 40 students with the 5 textbooks?
Outside, as if to show how under-resourced the schools are, a group of parents is making a new toilet for the school. Not something you see much of in Australia. Come lunchtime, and despite 32-degree heat and 100% humidity, Eric and his mates head out to play soccer. Girls play, boys play, even visiting reporters play. It's a tense match, and late in the game a penalty is given away, so it's Eric against me. The crowd goes silent. He approaches the ball, he shoots, and you'll have to wait and see what happened. Lunchtime is over, None too soon for some of us. And the next part of Eric's day is band practice. Bamboo band practice. Never let it be said that people in PNG lack initiative. Where there are no Western instruments, there are always bush instruments, bush costumes, and talent to burn. After the show, it's off to the school library. Very few families can afford books, and even if they could, there's nowhere to buy them outside a few major cities in PNG. Most of the library stock is well used. Much of it is second-hand, donated by schools in Australia. Without these libraries, literacy in PNG would be even lower than it currently is. Lessons end for the day, but school life doesn't. Eric's class are on work parade, cutting grass and working in the school gardens. There's fun to be had, but every student has to play a part in keeping the school presentable. After school, Eric hangs around at home with a mixture of friends and family. Here, children are a treasured part of life, and everyone's welcome at the Kakamaras.
We are Melanesians, and we live a more communal life here, and they are very precious to us. Even you can see us here with our grandchildren. When our daughters got married, when our sons got married, we really want to have our grandchildren to stay with us, so we feel happy.
And so the sun goes down on yet another perfect Papua New Guinean day. And hopefully, over the course of this day, we've given you a picture of just how important your support is to the families of clergy in Papua New Guinea. Father Nigel, Mother Nellie, and Eric, and so many other families around the country are grateful for the support they receive from people in Australia that allows their children to go through school and therefore have a chance of a better and brighter future.
Of course, as evening nears, there will be more jobs. Hopefully, enough to eat. And for Eric at least, the knowledge that, as a child who can go to school, he is one of the lucky ones.
As I say, we are not in the Stone Age now. We are developing. We are in a developing country now. And education is important, like education is important in other countries as well, like in Australia itself. Papua New Guinea is also looking at education as something very, very important.
Oh, nearly forgot. I promised to let you know whether Eric scored that penalty. Close, Eric. Maybe next time, eh?